Good morning, good afternoon, or evening, depending on when you're watching this. See, now you guys get to be part of the live version of this, so you get to see how stupid I sound. This is the Tuesday Lunch Hour Podcast. With you, as always, is Conan. I'm your host. So glad to have you joining us. Today is a special episode. Today is the Season 1 finale. This is episode 31. We've done 31 episodes. And today is the Season 1 finale. We're going to be taking a little break for the summer just because, hey, I got to go do things. I'm going to be going back to Washington. I'm going to be playing at a camp. My sister-in-law is getting married. And it's just going to be a crazy busy summer. So we're going to we're going to hit the pause button for summer. You'll probably see some one-off episodes here and there, just for fun, because why not? We love doing this podcast. But with me today, I have two very good friends of mine. These guys I've been doing life with for the last couple of years, been getting to know them, and you guys are really my brothers. You guys are my brothers, and I love you guys. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Over here we have...
I'm Johnny Jerome.
The one and only Johnny Jerome, and then over here we have...
I'm John Hegerle.
So we got the John boys. I'm just going to call you John boys.
Oh boy, here we go.
And
the
then,
John boys.
I'm just kidding. And then there's Conan. So really excited to have you guys on. We are going to be talking about this little thing that we call Concave. Now we have man cave and we have ladies cave, women cave, ladies cave.
Lady cave.
And now we have this thing called concave, and it's funny when I mentioned it, everyone's like, concave, like what's that? You know, like some people are like, is it a thing for people in jail? Is it like what? And then anyway, we're gonna get into that, but before we do, we got a movie buff here. This guy, he loves movies. You should see his tattoo. I don't have a camera to zoom in on it, but I mean, he's got some pretty cool tattoos and that revolve around movies. And now I know we were just talking a little bit before we started the show about some of the exciting summer blockbusters that are coming out, and I just got to ask: is there anything coming, or maybe has already come out in the last, say, month or so that has just gotten you really excited about cinema?
Oh, absolutely. So I'm one that hasn't came out yet, and regardless of what people have been saying about it, I'm very excited for The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
Yes.
The massive list of A-list actors and actresses is going to be in it. The locations that he's shot. This is his big love letter to cinema, and it's all filmed in IMAX. It is going to be just a wonderful epic, in my opinion. Rain or shine, that's going to be awesome.
Nah, I gotta ask, because I mean, I'm still kind of learning things around here in North Dakota. Where is the nearest IMAX movie theater to Jamestown?
In Fargo, I believe. I think.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that is an IMAX theater and such, but they got the loungers and the...
Oh, yeah, they do. Those are nice.
I think. I mean, but it's a big screen. Yeah. I'll take it. I love our theater, though. I mean, God bless Bison 6 Cinema and such. I mean,
shout out to you, Corey. You run a great thing out there, man. We love having you in our community.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And they're always, he's so warm and friendly. I've been going to our theater since I was a little kid, and that family owned.
That was probably one of my favorite things when we first moved here, was finding this movie theater.
Yes.
Because I was like, I'm used to going to we would go to Regal Cinemas because that was the big thing out in where we lived. And, you're spending like $40 just for movie tickets. And then you're going to spend like another $40 for popcorn. And here it's like, I can go and catch a matinee for like $6.
Yes.
And then I'm spending like $15 for like the real deal thing where it's like you get a popcorn and 2 drinks, and I'm like, this is great.
Oh, box of dots.
Yeah,
that's what I get. That's what my dad would get me. So I just get a box of dots.
Yeah. And they've been such a huge supporter for Victory Youth over the years when they put their deal on our cards, and it's just. I love these guys. I love the mom and pop feel of this movie theater, and they bring in some of any movie that you would see at Regal, you're going to be able to see at this movie theater.
Absolutely.
Here in Jamestown, and we just love having them here. But
yes.
Yeah, Odyssey, man. That when I saw that trailer in the theater last week when we went and saw Mandalorian and Grogu, and I was like, yep, that's gonna be a really good one. I really want to go watch that one. I think for me, the one that I got really excited about was Disclosure. When I saw Steven Spielberg's name flash across the screen, I was like, okay, now you got my attention.
Yes.
It was a weird trailer. We were just talking about it's kind of weird. Like you're like, is this going to be a scary movie? Is it going to be a funny movie? I don't know. I really don't know what to expect. But then when you see at the end of the trailer and you see the ship coming out of the clouds, and you're like, okay, this might be like a true callback to Close Encounters of the Third Time, which is one of my ultimate favorite movies. Like I love that movie. My mom and I watched that all the time growing up, and I don't know. All I know is though, Steven Spielberg has never really let me down when it comes to movies.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
I'm usually always a big fan. So
Jaws. Jaws is one of my favorite. Jaws, in my opinion, is a near perfect movie. Right. Whether you like it or not, it is comedy, scary.
Right.
I mean, it's
and the soundtrack. You got John Williams, man.
I won't go into the ocean over my waist because of that movie.
Can you imagine?
Because I was 8 or 9 years old when it came out, and I watched it, and I lived in Los Angeles and San Diego. I played beach volleyball every day, and I would never go further than my waist.
Well, not to mention
because of that movie.
I wish I could have been watching it when movies weren't a major thing yet. I mean, all the special effects, all those things we have now. Can you imagine watching that movie for the first time? When that's the craziest thing that came out.
I think it's funny. I think it was a couple of years ago. I think it was before we moved here. They re-released Jaws to the movie theaters.
Yes.
Because I grew up, we never saw it in the movie theaters because we didn't grow up in the 70s or 80s or whenever it came out.
I guess.
So of course, me and a couple of my roommates were like, we're gonna go watch this movie.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was a totally different experience watching that movie in the theater. Mm-hmm. And man, it was just so fun. Hey, if you're just tuning in, this is the Tuesday Lunch Hour podcast. We're talking about movies and summer blockbusters that are coming out. What are some of the movies that you're looking forward to? Leave us a comment down below. Let us know.
Can I have one comment?
Yeah.
I was at the opening of Star Wars.
The original?
Originals.
Yep. Really?
How old were you?
I was 8 years old.
Oh,
that
my
must have been
goodness.
so magical.
I went, my parents were divorced. My mom was dating a guy who had a Corvette, and he took us in his topless Corvette to the movie.
Oh, Star Wars.
And we watched it. E.T. saw that, the grand opening.
Oh, yeah.
Jaws. I mean...
I am jealous. That's the foundation of what movies are today.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite memories of watching the movie, we went and watched the movie Twister.
Yes.
At a drive-in.
Yep.
And if anyone's watched that movie, there's a particular scene at a drive-in in that movie.
Yeah.
And so it was just, granted, we were living in Washington where we maybe get one tornado in a lifetime, which... Yeah, but I imagine if we had a drive-in movie theater here and you showed Twister or Twisters, which was a great follow. I don't know about it.
Oh, my daughter loved it. I loved it. My daughter loved it.
I thought it was great. I loved
the soundtrack was amazing.
Was it Glenn Powell? Was he the dude? He really did well in that movie. And of course, Top Gun Maverick. It's timeless now.
You've seen that, right?
That was. Top Gun. Have you seen that? Top Gun Maverick.
I have seen Top Gun Maverick.
That was
not nearly as good as Top Gun.
I mean, I will say it was good, but honestly,
you guys didn't. Dude, I went to Top Gun in the theater when it came out, so
it was Chef's Kiss. It was
good.
Perfection.
I liked it.
You don't get much better than that.
No. We'll just wait till he does Days of Thunder. He's doing a Days of Thunder sequel and filmed in 8K. I'm not a NASCAR fan, but I'd watch Tom Cruise drive around in left circles.
And he's doing that for real too. He's going to be turning left sometimes for real.
It must be because I'm a grandpa, but I just don't care for those movies anymore. The movies I like are the feel-good ones.
Yes.
maybe on Golden Pond or
Yes.
you know what I mean. That's what I don't know what it
Yeah.
is. You just your taste change.
Yes.
Yeah, I could
agree.
see that. I understand that because I feel like there's been a bit of a softening in my own heart when
Yes.
it comes to movies. Like now, I think it's mostly my wife because she likes those kinds of movies, so now that's kind of like growing on
Yeah.
me. But like going to the theaters and like hearing these like heart-wrenching stories of like what people were going through. Like one of the last really good movies I saw in theater was that sequel to it was Mercy Me Too. It was that sequel.
Yeah, we went to that.
And
it was awesome.
And I love that story because one, I had an opportunity to meet Tim Timmons back in 2019, and before that, when they were on tour, I was working backstage at one of the concerts that they were at one of the tour stops, and I remember meeting him, and like I remember seeing like Sam Wesley and all that stuff. I had no idea like anything about like what these guys were going through. Like I didn't know that Tim Timmons was with cancer, and that Sam Wesley was like dealing with all the health stuff that he was dealing with too. That they talk about in the movie, because I mean that was literally in that same time frame.
Yeah.
So in like 2019, I'm at this conference down in Florida, and Tim Timmons steps out and he's leading us in worship, and he's sharing his testimony and his story, and I'm just like floored. I'm just sitting here, I'm like, this man is a walking miracle. And I got to go and talk with him afterwards and hang out with him for like an hour, just hearing more about what he was doing. And he remembered me from when I was helping out backstage in 2016 at a concert in Washington.
Wow.
And he was like, your name's Conan. And I'm like, how do you remember that? He's like, you don't forget names like that.
Wow.
You don't, it's not every day you come across a guy named Conan. So that's awesome.
Then did you realize you had a name tag on?
Yeah, I did have a name tag. So there was that dude. No, he was a really cool dude. But like just hearing that story, and I remember there was multiple points throughout that film where like I was just brought to tears.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was just it was moving me, and those kinds of movies, and like even
that
in
speak
shows,
to your heart,
right? Like even in these shows that you watch nowadays, like my wife and I, we got really into watching The Chosen. Like we're just working through the latest season right now, and multiple times throughout that story where you find yourself getting choked up watching. You read these stories in the Bible, like you're familiar with them, but for some reason when you see it like being played out, portrayed, if you will, it hits a little different.
I'm going to plug one movie.
Go for it.
It's a movie with Hugh Jackman, and it's called Song Sung Blue.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, not yet. Was it good?
It's awesome.
Is it?
Yeah. It's about a guy in the 70s that's a singer, and somehow he becomes a Neil Diamond Experience band. He meets a woman, so it's a love story. And they do Neil Diamond hits, and of course, we grew up with Neil Diamond, so
Neil Diamond's cool.
As my brother, I recommended it to my brother and his wife, and they watched. He texted me and said, "This was amazing. We laughed, we cried, we sang." And that's probably the best to describe it. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll sing.
Okay.
So if you want to feel good, it's a good one.
I'll have to look into that. I usually like those kinds of movies where it's like musical biops.
Did you see the one yesterday about the guy who was doing Beatles covers, and then they had a worldwide event, and no one remembered the Beatles?
Oh,
yes.
What was that one called?
It was called Yesterday.
Yesterday. That was a good one.
Yes.
That was good.
And then he's like re-recording.
Yeah, and everybody becomes this big star.
But then he finds out there was like
couple people.
Yeah. Yes, that one was a good one.
Oh yeah,
you're an imposter.
Yes.
I loved that movie.
I did too.
I was a huge Beatles fan.
Yep.
Oh yeah. One of our favorite movies. It's on my arm. My wife and I's love movie is called Across the Universe.
Oh yeah, that's a great one too.
It is. It's a musical. It's all Beatles music. But when they filmed this movie, they went around to all these different blues clubs, and so all these.
They got some.
That is such an amazing movie because it covers the eras of those songs.
The cameos they had in that too. Like they had Bono in there. They had.
Oh really?
Oh, it's a movie. It's one of my favorites. I have it on. Do you have a Blu-ray player, John?
No.
You don't? Okay.
No, I've got a
I think I
phone and
own
a
it,
laptop.
too. I do own that one too. It's
Oh,
I have it on
cross-
DVD, not Blu-ray, but
Cross Universes. You will
Yeah.
absolutely love that movie. It's so good.
yeah.
I got an 8mm spool
you?
projector. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, we don't.
Your
We don't
camera's
have one of
the,
that.
with the black blanket that goes
I'm gonna
on
take
your
a
head.
picture of you sitting there really still for 30 seconds.
No smiling. It's black and white.
Oh man, we like to have some fun here on the podcast, but man, you guys are great. I love having you guys
Love
here.
you too.
But let's get right into it here. So these guys have been instrumental. Not only are they great additions to our man cave group that meets on Tuesdays. That's really where I feel like a lot of us have kind of like just grown together.
Yes.
But tell us about this thing, Concave. Like, what is Concave?
Well, I've prayed on this a long time, having been in the Marines and having had this opportunity to go to a thing, oh my goodness, now 2 years ago. No, it was, we're in 26, I was beginning of 25 last year. It was called Rise Up Kings, and it was a 3-day event for Christian men in regards to accountability and self-reflection.
Yeah.
And it was one of the toughest things I've ever done. And sometimes looking inwards and realizing you need to grow can be the hardest thing in the world. And so I've always wanted to do something like that. And so growing with John, just in our accountability in Man Cave and such, he came up one day and he said, I wish we had an offshoot of Man Cave, something like in a physical fitness. And I was like, bingo, I would love to do that so much. And so since we, as you had alluded earlier, we have Ladies Cave and Man Cave, I'm like, just keep that cave theme going. And so I looked up different words that ended in cave, and boom, concave by definition is to curve inwards. And it just from there I was like, ooh, yeah.
So this idea of like curving inwards, what does that mean?
So daily, if we think about those battles that we are facing that we don't want to talk about, there are people that are depending on us to take care of us. And if we're not bringing those things to the light, if we're not bringing them to God, if we're not bringing them to other people and stuff, and just, hey, these are my struggles, we're going to continue to deal with them.
Right.
John has a wonderful saying we've both heard from Joby Martin about, if you try and fight the devil in the dark, you're going to lose. And so
Every time.
Yes. And so curving, by definition, what is it in your life that you're struggling with daily, yearly, whatever it is? What are you curving inwards that you get this opportunity? And that's a big piece of concave where maybe you just get to fight it out. You get to, through physical fitness and self-reflection and leaning on the men and women that show up there, you lean on each other and you leave it on the court.
Yeah.
Right.
From my standpoint, it's perfect. It's we're really good at men at compartmentalizing, and a lot of times we will take stuff and put it in a compartment and then shut the door. And so this says, hey, look inwards. What are the things that maybe they're idols, maybe they're strongholds, maybe they're stumbling blocks, and we can't fight it. What that saying says, I can't deal with that on my own. The devil wants me to keep those hidden because then they're going to have power over me. Right. And the concave is, hey, look inward, see what those are, evaluate those, and then be authentic and vulnerable.
So
and say,
like
let's bring it into, like Johnny said, bring it into the light.
Yeah. So it's like you're looking back at all the things that you might have put off, that you're forgetting about, which we all probably are guilty of doing,
Yes.
and you're exposing.
And it's even blind spots. Things that you don't even realize, and the only way we can do that is allow the Holy Spirit to bring those to our attention. Sometimes we don't even see them at times, and then all of a sudden, whoa, it's right in front of us, and then we realize that this has been holding me back in areas, whether it's my relationship with my wife or whether it's my relationship with Jesus or whatever it is. And so it's just really about being authentic and almost like Johnny's curving inward. And then I can see it. It's like, I can see what he sees now. And it's we like Joby a lot, but he said, when you're part of a body of believers, my business is your business. Yeah. And it's him looking in and making his business my business. And if we could step back before this day came when we had that conversation, at some point the Spirit convicted both of us at at Man Cave to say, hey, it's not enough just to come once a week and have accountability. We need accountability every day.
Right.
And so I don't even know how it happened. Johnny might remember something, but all of a sudden we decided we're going to get a hold of each other every single day.
Yeah.
And this may be a year ago, or maybe more than a year
at
ago.
least a year. I remember you
And
guys
so
were talking
every
about this.
day we get a hold of each other. How are you doing today?
Yeah.
What battles are you fighting today? You know, is there something that you need to confess? Is there something that you're struggling with? Is there something you just need a godly, man's or a godly person's or whoever it is, just a word? And so there's times I may be struggling. Maybe I just woke up with a case of the grumpies. Maybe I had a little bit of a fight with my wife, or I'm struggling with some of my daughters, or whatever it is, and and Johnny will come back with a scripture or an encouragement, or hey, you're forgiven, man, you're forgiven, brother, you're washed clean, and just the impact that had, which then Joby also talks about, you need in your life, you need mat carriers. And he's talking about the story of
Matthew.
The 4 men who went up, and Matthew, and they
lowered him down. Yeah.
And he said, you need 4 mat carriers in your life.
Yeah.
That when you don't have the strength, when you're paralyzed spiritually, when you can't get to Jesus on your own because something has happened, they're going to carry your mat for you. And then Jesus says, because of their faith, you are healed.
Yes.
It wasn't because of the guy on the mat, it was because of his mat carriers.
Yeah.
Because of their faith, he was healed. And we just said, man.
So he said that their faith is beautiful.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just love hearing you guys share this, because what this paints a picture of is true brotherhood.
Yeah.
One morning of Man Cave, I woke up and I was in that half awake, half asleep, and I had this vision of my mind of him leading, because I know how much fitness is so important to him. He works out every single morning, and I had a vision of him leading a ministry of workout ministry.
Yeah.
And then that night at Man Cave, I said, hey, I had this vision. What do you think? And then I remember I said, hey, how many of you would go to it? And every guy there raised his hand. And that's all I said. The next week, he had it put together. He had a plan of what it's going to look like. Was it 5 weeks? 5 weeks, and then we would start over. He had it all spelled out. He had the concave. In one day, he had the logo with the scripture, and he has been going with that ever since. And it's just been so fun to be on that ride with him, because he has just a heart for it.
It's been so fun to watch and to participate, and just to see how God has used this ministry to really,
absolutely,
to just bless people. Yes. And now it's just that idea of the mat carriers, man. You guys live that out. You guys are living that out.
I remember.
I love it.
I remember trying to envision. I mean, I knew what the basis was. The heart and soul was going to be, but it's like, what does a curriculum look like, so to speak? And one thing I'm very grateful for, even today, even coming onto this podcast, is it keeps me in a higher level of accountability. It's not just something that we're showing up for. We're leading from the broken side. We're not leading out of arrogance or pride. It's like, who am I to be talking to anybody about anything? And so that level of just leading from that broken spot has really been beneficial in my life. So I wanted it to have, what was it going to be rooted? And so so one of my favorite books is Joby Martin's Stand Firm and Act Like Men. And the act like men part is not just men focused. It's about being courageous. It's about standing firm daily, about the people that need you and such. And so the heavy emphasis is 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 13 and 14. And that's the basis for Concave, and that is be watchful, be strong, stand firm, and do everything you do in love. Yep. And so that really, it knows no boundaries. It's just an endless... Yeah.
Right.
So that's how we've split it up into 5 weeks, and so each one of those components I get to break up on a Monday and a Wednesday and such, and we just get to. And I'm so grateful for now. Jake Lehman isn't here and such. He's had a very busy summer and such, but
he's off recruiting,
yeah,
and stuff.
So and then and John, it's such a wonderful. We have such a great balance, and so
yeah. I think that was one of my favorite aspects of like when I was going regularly. It's like you're getting this is so much more than just a workout or a club or going to the gym. This is so much more than that. But like just to be able to be under your guys' leadership and your coaching, and not only like physical coaching but like mental and spiritual coaching as well. Like you guys are doing an incredible work that goes beyond just the physical like well-being of the believer, because I mean we are called to take care of this temple, right?
Yes.
Man, it's off to you guys, and the fact that you guys are bringing in people like you got John here, who's an amazing coach, coaches volleyball at our college here, University of Jamestown. So if you're a volleyball player out west, or you should talk to this guy because he's a great coach.
Yes,
he's a great coach, and it's so.
Thank you.
And then I love going to your guys' games. First off, your girls are great. They're great athletes, wonderful people. But man, it's just so fun to see you in your element, and I can just see how much just how passionate you are for the sport. But more so, you're passionate for your athletes. Like you're not just their ability, but their character, their spiritual well-being. Because I mean, I guarantee you're probably not every person on your team's probably not going to be a believer. They're not going to be exposed to the positivity that you probably bring. But you understand that God has put you in a place, and that you can love on these people as Christ loved on to you.
Yeah. I think that may be one of the biggest testimonies of Concave.
Right.
Is Johnny went to Rise Up Kings.
Right.
And it was like we were there with him.
Right.
Because he was so fired up about it. He was sharing about it. You could see it every time and the impact that it had on him.
I remember when he came back from Rise Up, and you're just like, I was like, okay, this man came back a changed man. I don't know what God did, but he flipped the switch in this guy, and it was like game on.
and the biggest part of it was the physical part,
right,
and then the spiritual part,
right.
And it was if it didn't have the physical part, wouldn't have been much for Johnny. If it didn't have the spiritual growth and the Christ-centered approach to it, it wouldn't have had that impact. And it was both. And so God created Johnny with the physical part is important.
Right.
He loves it. He loves sweating, and he loves working out, and so this ministry is perfect for him because it combines those two. Right. For me, I'm a volleyball coach. Well, that's because I was in sports for so long, and it made such an impact on me, and that's where God wants me, and I love that. But it wouldn't be much at all if it wasn't for it's my ministry.
Right.
Yeah. That's where God put me to minister to people.
And we got guys like Jake Lehman.
Yep.
Like, wonderful guy, great encourager. Like I love his workouts, and I love that you guys can tailor make it for each person depending on their skill levels. Like I'm a guy that's pushing 300 pounds. There's times where there ain't no way I'm gonna be doing sumo squats and all that stuff. And I have got a bum knee and my right knee and my left knee's going out. And it's just sometimes I gotta tailor make things to make it work for me.
Yes.
And having a guy like Jake, and you guys are good at this too, but Jake, I feel like he really locked in with me a few times, and he was like, let's make this work for you, Conan. I know you want to make this work, so let's make this work for you. How can we work with what you're able to do?
Yeah.
And so all that to say is we're coming together, we're working out, and we're putting it all out there on the court, like you say. But I know some people might hear that and be like, maybe it's probably not going to be for me. It's not going to be for me. And all that to say is this is a program that can be tailor-made for you.
Absolutely.
If a guy like me who's got no cartilage in my right knee because I made I made a choice to continue to play football well after I probably should have hung up the cleats. You know, and I've obviously let myself go to a certain degree, but like getting back into shape, we're working on it. But like if a guy like me can get in there and do it, and you know, I've seen other guys that have probably been even worse off than me, and they're still doing. They're showing up.
Yeah,
they're showing up.
100%.
You know, just showing up.
Well, then that's the point, truly about it, and that's a point of encouragement. I mean, it's not. Yeah, I mean, you nailed it right on the head, but it's not about the physical side of it and
Right.
stuff. And sometimes I can get a little lost in it because everyone's getting into it. But that's definitely where we're called to, hey, just remind and reach out and just say, hey,
Yeah.
you know, I'm struggling with this, and that's the emphasis right there, because it's not about the exercises. It's about your level of courage and stepping up. That's the first thing I'll say right away. Every morning at 5:30 a.m. when everybody goes through the door, especially this winter, when everybody was showing up, that's it right there. In my opinion, you've done the hardest part of it. You've already you've made the decision to get up, get in your car, come all the way down to this gym here, and do it. That's what it is.
It's a great metaphor for church.
Yes.
You know, because what's maybe one of the reasons people don't go to church, because they go there and they feel like everyone there is
Got it all together.
right here in their faith, and I'm not. You know, and it's like, that's not what the church is about. The church is about, come on, you broken, come on, you sinners, come on, those that need, which is all of us. And there are some people there that are, you know, they've been walking so long, and they've been through that sanctification process for so long that maybe they're not struggling with some things. And then there's some people that are like, man, I'm struggling with all this every day, but there's no judgment. And it's we realize we're all the same. We're all dirty, rotten sinners, and we're wretched if we're just on our own. And by the grace of God, you know, He is the one that makes us righteous. And it's the same thing with Concave. It doesn't matter where you are at. You know, there's days when my back is, I can't do stuff because of my back, and I don't know why.
Well, you just said your appendix taken out.
Yeah,
too,
man,
so
my
there's
appendix. Yeah, I'm a lot lighter now. I didn't realize that appendix weighed so much. But then I come there and I know that I'm going to have to adjust. And then we got a guy, Cade, shout out to Cade, who Pastor calls him Mr. Olympic, because he does ultimate fighting as well, and he's just going 100 miles an hour and all that kind of stuff. But he does it, you know. So it works for him, and then it works for some of us that are just like, hey, if I can just get through half of the stuff today, or if get some being adapted, but you just get caught up in the energy of everyone else.
Yes.
The fellowship.
I mean, like for the first several weeks, like when I was coming regularly, like I was recovering from a pretty significant abdominal injury, and you know, obviously I wasn't able to do like, you know, all the full stuff, but like being able to amend things and like continue to work and like seeing the progress of like all of a sudden, like, oh, now like my the whatever we called that, what is the word,
abdomen.
It was a hernia.
Oh, you had a hernia.
It was like but like my abdomen muscle was like push
through. Yep, hernia.
And so like it was finally like starting to see it, like even now, like I'm just like, because of your guys' encouragement, not just saying like it's because of you guys, but like because of the encouragement I got from you guys to keep pushing, even when it was like, oh, this is really kind of tough and it hurts, you know, and like, but you guys kept pushing me through, encouraging me to keep digging, and it made me think back to like even my own time when I was doing the, you know, like Civil Air Patrol and JROTC, and even playing football. Like it's a hard sport, and you know, the times where like you're doing these things, you're doing all these exercises and these drills, and you're like, you just want to quit, you just want to give up because your body you don't feel like your body can keep going, and then to have your brothers on your side, encouraging you.
And then Johnny would say at that point, when you're out there, because Johnny's the encourager. He's not going through most of it. He's the voice,
right?
And he's the one that's keeping us going by. And then he would say at that point, when he sees we're close to the end of our rope, what would you say, Johnny? Figure out what you're.
Yep. What are we fighting for?
What are we
fighting for? This is that moment right now when we want to quit, and that's where people need us the most. It is so easy to hit that quit line and such. You know, I wanted to say what you were saying about the church, John. I had heard Brandon Lake, the musician Brandon Lake, had given an acceptance speech for his award. And when you talk about the people who kind of look like they have it all together, or they can quote scripture like none other. Brandon Lake had said, you know, if your light is so bright then you need to step out of that room and go find a room that's darker, because somebody probably needs you.
Yeah.
Someone needs some of your light, and that's what this is about, and that's one of my favorite things I love to watch in Concave. Is it's the teamwork, it's the camaraderie. Everybody that walks through that door is all going through something,
Right.
And so we do a lot of team-based exercises and stuff too, where it's like you need to rely on the person you're left and right, and just encourage each other, and they all get to grow, and I'm so grateful to get to watch them.
I remember when we started, and Johnny and I were praying about it, and then we were talking about it and just saying, hey, who knows what God's going to do with this? Maybe we're going to have a gym that's not Gold's gym. We take the L out and say God's gym. It's not God's gym and CrossFit. We didn't know. But one of the best things that happened is when all of a sudden the prison guys started coming.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
You guys are kind of getting it. So, yeah, I mean, there was a time where, like, people asked me, like, Concave, is this a thing for prisoners or...
No,
you just brought it up. So
they put the con in Concave.
Right. So, I mean, what was it? A couple weeks ago, you guys did that big barbecue.
Yes.
We had a bunch of guys here at the church serving pulled pork made by yours truly over here. Mm-hmm. Not me, him. He makes way better pulled pork than me.
He's so talented.
Man, but the best part,
I love food.
I think one of my favorite parts of that day, though, was just seeing all these guys that I've never seen in my church, in our church, here just serving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Serving people. Mm-hmm. And I'm walking through this line, and, like, this guy's, like, serving me up the thing. I'm like, I've never met you before. My name's Conan. I find out, he's been going to Concave, because I took a couple months off, and I'm like... Okay, this thing has definitely grown.
Yes.
This has grown beyond just like the 5 to 8 faithfuls that have been coming through the middle of winter. So let's talk about this. So you just mentioned, like, okay, we're bringing up the prison. We're bringing up the state hospital. Let's dive in there.
And maybe Johnny can speak. I'm not sure how that happened. I think you probably do. I don't know. They just started showing up. And it changed things in such an amazing way. And so maybe Johnny can start with how that happened.
How did this even happen?
So many pieces all kind of happened all at the same time that I was left speechless. And I remember earlier on when I had spent like $200 on a couple of pieces of equipment, and I was trying to still understand what this was going to be like. And so I'd got some smash balls and some battle ropes and stuff. And so with $200, we had got Concave started. And I was talking to a gentleman who wanted to remain anonymous and such, but I said, well, at some point we want to do a fundraiser, because I'd love to get more equipment and stuff. And it already felt real at that moment, but this person handed me a check for $1,000, and it still brings me to tears, because he said, my wife and I have been watching this ministry grow, and we believe in it, and so with this help. And so he hands me this check for $1,000, and I called John and Jake, and I'm like, this is real. People believe in this, what we can help people accomplish and such. And so I put it out on Facebook and let people know of this, the curriculum and such. And so somebody from the prison reached out, hey, is this something that some of our inmates who are on a certain program could come to? I'm like, absolutely. And so I'll never forget this. I mean, it started with somebody was allowed to bring 3 inmates at a time. And they come through the door, and it doesn't matter who you are. You're all in this fight together, and you are loved, and you have a place to come. Our church, our man cave, the woman cave. I mean, you have this place. And then one day, out of nowhere, not only did they entrust their inmates to us and such, they let that number grow from 3 to 10.
Wow.
And so we were having like 7 to 8 people, and the next Monday showed up, we had 17 people.
Wow.
And it just kept growing, and I call these people my brothers and sisters, even before Concave, but now we're all going through these things together. Right. So when we finally had this opportunity to have our fundraiser, they were, can we help? And so all the tables got set up, all the food was served by them, and they're just some of the most wonderful people.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Lord knows we've all been in a situation in our lives where that could be
any of us.
Right.
So it just,
And these guys are joyfully serving.
Oh.
yes.
That was the thing that I was like, you get not. I don't think a single one of them didn't have a smile on their face.
They're amazing.
And I was like, man, this is just so cool to see. And I mean, you can't help but feel like God is orchestrating something huge here. You know, and God is working.
Amen.
God is working and moving in
Amen.
huge ways. Not only in our church, but I think in our community, in our nation, in our world. I mean, you're hearing more and more stories of people that are coming to Jesus through things as simple as a workout group.
Yeah. And you know, and the greatest thing, if you didn't know, if you just came and you were watching and you didn't know there were prisoners there, you might think, and probably, that those guys were the guys leading the ministry.
Yes.
Because of the joy, because of the spirit they have, because of, I mean, they're into their faith and they're pursuing Christ and they're serving. And
Right.
I mean, they just have such a joyous countenance to them, you know. And I go back to, I remember the one when they first came here, and there's a picture of on that one of those back posters, Dylan, I can see him there, but Johnny's got the boxing mitts, and one of the stations was you're hitting, and it was, Dylan was noticeably pretty exhausted, and Johnny's like, you gotta find what you're fighting for, you gotta figure out what you're fighting for. And he said, what are you fighting for, what are you fighting for? And he yells out, I'm fighting for air. And it was, and we laugh about it, we just started laughing. It was so funny.
So funny.
But Dylan's there every time, and I mean, we know all those guys, and some of them are getting out soon, and you know, there's some anxiety about that. But man, number one is we realize, hey, we're all in this boat together.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're all wretched sinners. We all need the Lord. We can't do anything without Him, and everything good in our life comes from Him. And they're going to be some of the greatest witnesses for Jesus and for the kingdom.
When I think of like some of the guys that have had the most impactful, like, I guess, impact on my life.
Sure. Yeah.
I think of the guys that have shared their stories with me, and they're usually the guys that have literally just gone to the rock bottom.
Yep.
And you know, there's a guy even in our church right now that's, you know, he's had prison experience. But he's one of the most on fire, spirit-filled guys I've ever met.
You know, Paul Slosher, our missions man from our church, he had, I did not know this, but if you want to become a priest or serve in the clergy in China, you have to have time in prison. And I just thought that was an interesting fact where it's, you know, I mean, you know, some people haven't had broken experience. Some people haven't had tremendous storms, and they have amazing testimonies. And some of those that have just came from the pits and just are more on fire now in their life than they ever been. It's just, I'm just honored to get to share a conversation with those people. So,
hey, if you're just tuning in with us, this is the Tuesday Lunch Hour podcast, and we are talking Concave, and this will be up. This will be up on our app. It's going to be on our YouTube channel. It's going to be on Facebook for at least 30 days before they delete the video. But if you missed any portion of this, you can go back and watch all the earlier stuff, because this has been a great conversation. Just hearing about this ministry called Concave, and we just talked about how the local prison here has been getting involved in it. They are literally putting the con in Concave, not to make light of their situation, but you know, just really cool to see how God has been working through these lives and through this ministry that these gentlemen here on my right and left have been charged with. Like you've been given a call by God, I believe, to do this, and it's been such a blessing. It's been such a blessing. So, But we enjoyed that you guys are here with us today. If you have any questions for these guys, you can leave a comment down below. I'm monitoring it on Facebook right now, but I check the ones on YouTube as well. So feel free to leave a comment, and I'll make sure to pass it along to these guys here. And if you want any more information, like I know we're going to keep talking, but we still got about another 15 minutes here, but if you have a desire to want to get involved, like maybe you're hearing some of these stories and you're like, I want to support this, or I want to get involved, reach out to us. I'll put you in contact with both of these guys, and they would be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have, or to talk further about what it might look like to be involved to whatever level that you want to be involved in. So with that said, let's continue our conversation on Concave. And you guys are talking, we were just talking about how the prison has been coming down. They've been bringing up to 10 inmates. You guys
up to 10 inmates, yeah.
And so they've been coming. And now it sounds like what's next for Concave? Like this is where it's currently at now, but where is it going?
Boy, so I definitely want to give a shout out to my wife Elena for this too, because she has been a liaison with the prison, and so there's a lady named Melissa Clevens who is kind of orchestrates allowing these inmates on this program to come down and help out in other various ways in the community. So I just want to give a shout out to her too. And so if there's something, just for the general public too, if you have some sort of community event that you're needing some humble people who love to serve, please get in touch with Melissa Clevens. So that I got to say that too. But so Concave has gone Mondays and Wednesdays through the fall and through the winter, and now we're going to back it up to just Wednesdays through the summer because everybody gets busy.
What time do you guys meet at again?
5:30 a.m. is when it starts. So at 5,
when it starts.
When it starts. So at 5:31, everybody else might pay for you not being there on time, because how in life does that show up?
Yeah.
So you don't want to be there at 5:31.
I think we need to say this, that there's no charge for this.
No.
There's no charge whatsoever.
No.
And
this is a free thing.
Absolutely free.
Nobody pays.
And we haven't even ever talked about that.
No.
But what the great part is, we've had some of the regulars, all of a sudden they're going out and they're buying weights, or they're buying, we've all put stuff into it, and I think that's maybe one of the best parts about it.
We almost need to get you guys your own trailer.
Oh, we're
it's getting there.
I was walking through the back room the other day because we were doing our big church cleanup day, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot more stuff in here than I remember.
We got mirrors, boxing gloves. We got a bench. We have battle ropes. It just continues to grow. Yeah. And so now, forgive me. So now we've had a meeting with Melissa and some of the facilitators up at the prison. So in the fall, starting in the fall, probably right at the beginning of September, we'll still have our Monday and Wednesday concave here up at in the school gym, but then either on Fridays or Saturdays. It's still evolving and growing, but we will be bringing concave up to the prison. And so we're going to be doing that one day a week up at the prison and such, and just we're going to push and encourage and just let everybody up there know that they are loved, and there's people needing them to fight a good fight. So awesome.
We're fired up about it.
That's the next step is.
And it's just surrendering the direction of it.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe this will fizzle out in 6 months.
Who knows?
I don't see that happening, but it might. It's not up to us.
That's right.
Or it might just explode, and that's not up to us either.
There's a season for everything.
Yep.
I mean, I've been part of ministries like that too. Like even the college ministry that I was a part of back in Washington when we started it. It started in my friend's basement. It was like 12, 15 of us, and then it grew to like 60 to 80, and we were all packed into this basement as like sardines. And then they were like, hey, we need to get a space. So we went out we just took a step of faith. They rented a place in downtown Bellingham, and then we had like 700 people show up to worship Jesus. And that went for many, many years. And then a couple of years ago, it fizzled out. It was just there was a season for it, and then now there wasn't, and that's okay. that's okay.
Well, and I think that's where the elasticity can come into it too. Is where, I mean, for example, the Wednesday after Memorial Day, we changed it up, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
16 people, and so in honor of Memorial Day, we were actually at Fenton Park across from the UJ up at the top of Old
Is that
Hospital
with
Hill.
the big water tower thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've never been to that
Tennis
park.
courts and water tower right there.
Yeah, and so we met up there, and so I had 45-pound sandbags prepared, and everybody was looking at the sandbags like, he's gonna make us do stuff with sandbags. He's gonna make us do stuff, and I said, hey, you can choose to grab a sandbag. You don't have to. None of this. It's all volunteer, but in honor of all the men and women who have served and died and are still serving for us, the wildland firefighters that are out there right now digging blackline to save homes. So that's what we were fighting for on that last Wednesday. So we went around the whole block,
Down the hill
with these
Legacy
45-pound
Center.
sandbags, and came up the hill with them, and we dropped them off, and we did a whole nother lap. But just to hear everybody just having just a wonderful time, and it's just that's what it's about.
That's awesome, man.
So
That's so cool.
And who knows? Maybe it'll go in the direction like Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Maybe we want to start working with some, high school, junior high, and we do some mornings for that, or it's a ministry effort. And I mean, there's probably ways we never would have even thought of, but we'll just let God lead in that, and the Holy Spirit.
I sure wish I would have had opportunities like this when I was in high school to get involved. I mean, I was going 0 hour by myself, and I was like the only person in my school's weight room before school started. And it's like having a community would have been great.
Or Youth for Christ in Teen City. Maybe we go down there one day a week, and they have a gym there, and we go after school, and there's just
there's lots. I mean, the sky's the limit here with this ministry here, you guys. But yeah, man, we even got Saoirse here. She commented on our Facebook page here that Concave is an incredible ministry and it's changed her life.
God bless Saoirse. I built a push sled, and we have all this. We put this weight on it, and people literally can push it down one side and then use a tow rope and bring it back. I'll never forget Miss Saoirse, because she looked at that. She's like, I can't do that. And 5 minutes later, she's pushing this sled around, and I'm just people show up with this. They've already decided I can't do this, and it's like God has blessed us with these temples. We can do so many amazing things, and people need us to do those, and it's not for us, and so
That's a great
I'm very
word,
proud.
man.
I'm very proud of everybody.
Man, it's been it's an exciting time to be here at Victory. I think
absolutely.
That's one thing I've been learning here, and I love the fact that we have you guys coming. The cool thing about Concave, though, too, is like it's not just a Victory. It doesn't seem to be like it's just a Victory ministry. Like, there's people that are coming in from all different faith walks. I don't know where a lot of people are at these days, but when you get groups of like 15, 20 people, like you never know. Some people might be coming in, they're completely unchurched, or they're being exposed to Christianity or being exposed to Jesus for the first time. And it's really cool to hear some of you guys share stories about like just the people that are coming and where they're at, and that you guys are meeting them where they're at. It's been great.
I got to tell you, we have Thomas Mayer has been coming, and one of the all-stars is his 6-year-old son. His 6-year-old son, and shout out to Maverick. This little guy is coming, and he's doing push-ups and jumping jacks along with everybody else. And when I got to give him his shirt, I mean, he was just so overjoyed. And so, I mean, yes, my daughter's been begging me to come to Concave. So it's for anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
You are, if you're listening to this, please come. You are encouraged. It is, we hold each other up.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're here, folks. I mean, if you're in the Jamestown area and you are looking for something to do at 5:30 in the morning on Mondays and Wednesdays, I think currently you guys are meeting on Wednesdays only, though, through the summer, right?
No, just through the summer.
Just started that. This was the first week of that.
Yeah, currently meeting just on Wednesdays at 5:30 a.m., not p.m. That's dinner time.
That's right.
We would love to see you guys there. And these guys would welcome you with open arms.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter if you've been working out your whole life or maybe you've never set foot in a gym. There's a place for everybody.
Yes.
I mean, there's a place for somebody like me come on.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we meet at the Victory Christian School, which is attached to the church here, and it's on the east side. East side, where we park and
we open that back door and it's usually propped open.
Propped
you walk
open
through the pantry and it's great.
It's such a blessing to have a place. All the steps, all the things that came together to make this happen. I mean, it's to have a safe place to do it in and such, and all the T-shirts. You earn your T-shirts. You don't have to pay for them. You earn them. It's all free. It's all for ministry.
Like I said earlier, if you want more information, leave us a comment down below or send us a message on our page. We would love to put you in contact with Johnny or John.
Yep.
Or you can just say, I want to talk to John Boy.
Yeah.
And I'll just put them both together.
My photo negative.
Yeah, we'll get you guys in contact with them. But this has been it's just been so fun to see you guys just to grow and blossom in this, and just to see how God is growing you guys as leaders, and not just leaders in like your areas, like with you being a coach and with you leading your family and you're running your own business and like all that stuff, but like he's making you guys into spiritual leaders and the priests being the priests of your home, which is what we're called to as men.
I know that Johnny will agree with this, but it's been one of the biggest blessings of my life. And so selfishly, I feel like I've gotten greater rewards than anyone else out of this journey, selfishly. And so it's we're just one big group that really is in fellowship with each other, and we're walking life together.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So with that being said, I'd encourage you guys, just if you're in the Jamestown area, 5:30 Wednesday mornings here at Victory Lutheran Church, just over in our big gym. If you park on the east side, the door's usually propped open. You'll see a bunch of cars. Johnny's going to be here for sure because he's always here. I don't think you ever miss. But man, it's so much fun. You guys will love it. And if you guys just want more information, just let us know. We'll get you in contact. But with that said, we are getting close to being out of time. But before we go, I know we all have a busy summer, and I know you guys have a busy summer with just everything going on with your docs going in and all that stuff. But what are some of the things that God has you guys doing this summer? What are you guys going to be doing? I know you got a big summer ahead of yourself.
Oh yeah, we got a busy summer, and it's just starting this week. We just run a lot of volleyball camps, so I'll be doing volleyball camps. My wife's the director of FCA in the area. She's got some FCA camps. I've got a few FCA camps that I'm part of. My volleyball team's going to Peru for 10 days. It's just going to go fast, and it's just really busy. But in a good way. I mean, that's what God put on my plate. And so,
and you're also going to be speaking at Coach's Time Out in July, because I'm going to be leading worship for that. So that'll be fun to get the tag team on that one. Oh man, no, and then it's going to be a busy summer. So
yes, it is.
Are you going to be around for Thrivefest?
I will not. I'll be in Peru.
Peru.
I know. I was really disappointed because they've got a great lineup for that.
I know. Josh Baldwin. We got Ben Fuller. It's gonna be good. Megan
Woods.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. How about you, Johnny?
I want to just say that last summer, I just got the last docks in the water, and the tornado hit, so.
Holding our breath and crossing our
He
fingers.
had to go pick up the docks and move them.
We were so busy, and
Did you find them all?
No, there's still wreckage out there. The trees that went down in Spearwood and such. So I just say I was really busy with that last summer, and then when August hit, I broke my leg, and so last summer was just busy, and so I got the last docks in this last weekend, and short and simple, we're booked solid for camping with the family all summer, and I'm just so grateful and thankful to put all that time in with my family this summer, we have our annual kickball palooza coming up at the end of August. It's our 5th annual.
No, you're not playing this year. Right?
I am not playing. No.
We don't want to repeat the last year.
No.
Thus the broken leg.
Yes,
if you don't know.
Nope. I'm going to sit in a wheelchair just to be safe. But the family is the emphasis this summer.
I'm so glad that you're doing that. If you don't know, Johnny also acts as one of our sound techs on Sunday mornings, and he's been growing so well in that position. We just love having you back there. But when you were telling me how busy this summer it was going to be, it did my heart well when I heard that you said that you were you wanted to take some time apart and just be with the family, be with the kids. You got 2 little ones at home. This is the time to start building those memories that are going to last a lifetime. So just so happy that you are prioritizing your family and what really an example grateful. You are to the other fathers out there, because that's important. It's really important.
I can say this because I don't think Gianna's going to hear by the time I get to surprise her, but we got her a brand new bike, and we got my little man a Power Wheel. One of them So they're going to be scooting around all summer at all these camps and their new rides.
Well, hopefully Kelsey and I can get out there.
Dad of the year
with you guys too. That would be fun.
I'm so excited.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I love you all very much. I mean that. I'm very grateful for our fellowship.
Yep, absolutely.
Love you guys too. Man, this has been a fun season. This is the end of season 1. This is weird.
Good job, Conan. No lie. I mean it.
This was a big learning curve for those of you that stuck with me to the end here. Thank you for joining us and being with us every week. We look forward to bringing you guys some special one-off episodes throughout the summer. We have a jam-packed summer here, so just in 2 weeks we have VBS, which is like the largest kids program that we put on here. And last year we had like almost 130 kids. This year we're planning on there being more than that this year.
That's awesome.
So if you guys want to help out with that, we would love to have you.
We got nothing going on. Nothing going on.
We'd love to have you guys. I know you guys are plenty busy.
I don't know if you have to rewind the podcast.
Oh man, no, but it's going to be a great time. It's always a fun thing, and I'm bummed I'm going to miss it because I'm going to be back in Washington for camps and for my sister-in-law's wedding. We're really excited for that. But man, just what a fun-filled summer we got ahead of ourselves. We have Thrivefest coming at the end of July, beginning of August, and the lineup's incredible. But here's the other thing: if you're in the area and you want to help put on Thrivefest, there is a need for volunteers, and I'll probably include a link here in the video below later. We're live right now, and I don't have the technology to put that kind of stuff up there just yet, but hopefully by next season we'll have that ready. But I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can find that. But if you're interested in learning more about how to volunteer at Thrivefest, there are opportunities to serve in various capacities, such as serving in the in the ticket booth, in the concession stand, with the merchandise, helping out with VIP
setup,
setup and clean up. I mean, it's kind of cool. You're probably gonna have opportunities to maybe rub shoulders with some of the talent. So if you want to come away from it saying, "Hey, I got to meet Megan Woods," or "I got to hang out with Ben Fuller and hold his guitar," you might have stories like that to share. If you volunteer, but it's going to be a lot of fun. If you if you want to learn more about Thrivefest and what it's all about, you can head to their website, and I will put a link below later. But you can learn more about what they're about. They have a wonderful mission of trying to help bring people out of human trafficking, which is it's a thing that touches all of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we want to support them, and we want to. And not only is this going to be just a wonderful Christian event. It's going to be the largest one, I think, in North Dakota, really. And this could be, the way Pastor Sean and I kind of talk about it, is this has the potential to be like North Dakota's Hills Alive.
Yeah.
Which, if you know what Hills Alive is, it's that big music festival just south of us in the lesser of the Dakotas. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We love South Dakota. It's great, but yeah, it's going to be a blast, and we just don't want you guys to miss out on that. So stay tuned. Keep your fingers on the pulses and all that stuff, because it's going to be a blast of a summer. Yes. But with that being said, I do need to bring this to a wrap, and it's a little bittersweet because this is the season finale. But we look forward to bringing a couple special episodes later this summer, and we look forward to seeing you come the launch of season 2, coming to a fall near you. But with that being said, this has been the Tuesday Lunch Hour Podcast. I'm signing off for season 1. It's been real. And if this has been a blessing, leave a comment. Let us know you enjoyed it. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. If you're on our YouTube channel, subscribe. And if you want to keep up on everything happening around Victory, download our new app. And if you haven't, have you guys downloaded the app?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, see, they like the app. You guys might like the app too. But with that being said, you guys have a great day. Be blessed, and we will see you soon.
Concavers, we love you. Thanks for everything.
Yes.
Take care.